Today's presentation is on the Arizona 4, the Arizona Articulation and Phonology Scale, 4th revision. In this presentation, I will provide an overview of the Arizona 4. We will talk about the components and the administration and scoring options. And we will talk about how to administer and score the Arizona 4 using the online evaluation system. Now let's do a quick overview of the Arizona 4. The Arizona 4 is versatile, comprehensive, cost-effective, relevant, flexible, clinically useful, easy to use, and time efficient. The Arizona 4 is 3 individual tests in one. It includes word articulation, sentence articulation, and phonology. The phonology test is one of the new revisions in the Arizona 4 assessment. Some other revisions include a new normative sample, modified scoring system, and updated artwork. The Arizona 4 is used with individuals 18 months to 21 years of age and in many different settings. Another one of the revisions for the Arizona 4 is the extended age ranges. So the word articulation test is now 18 months through 21 years of age. The sentence articulation test is 3 years to 21 years of age. And the phonology test is 18 months through 21 years of age. For further information, please see Table 2.1 in the manual that talks about the age ranges of the Arizona 4 tests. The Arizona 4 is a standardized measure of word and sentence-level articulation and phonology skills. The format is designed so that either the word articulation or the sentence articulation, or both, may be administered. The phonology component is coded based on the examinee's speech production during word articulation. The ages are from 18 months to 21 years of age. The administration time is 5 to 20 minutes per test, and the scores that you will receive are the standard scores, speech intelligibility interpretation values, test age equivalents, and more. The articulation inventory targets that the Arizona 4 assesses includes initial consonants, final consonants, consonant blends, vowels, diphthongs, vocalic R, and for children 3 years and older, production of sounds in sentences. Does everyone know what a diphthong is? If not, it is a sound formed by the combination of 2 vowels in a single syllable, in which the sound begins as one vowel and moves toward another, such as in the words coin, loud, and side. The phonology scales that the Arizona 4 assesses includes syllable reduction, cluster simplification, initial consonant deletion, final consonant deletion, fronting, deaffrication, stopping, gliding, vowelization, prevocalic voicing, and postvocalic devoicing. What makes the Arizona 4 unique and useful? Sound values. Each target sound is weighted by its frequency of occurrence in American speech. It's based on the intelligibility model of speech communication, in which the more frequently a misarticulated sound is heard, the more difficult it will be to understand the speaker. Sound values weight each sound based on how often the sound is likely to be heard in everyday speech, and the end result is a number that has a direct and useful interpretation in terms of how intelligible that person's speech is likely to be to others. These sound values are unique to the Arizona. No other test of articulation works in this way. Why is the Arizona 4 useful to SLPs? You use it to understand and describe an individual's level of articulatory ability and overall speech intelligibility, compare articulatory ability across single word and connected speech, identify and describe phonological impairment and prioritize speech targets, facilitate early identification, monitor improvement, provide a meaningful, easy-to-understand frame of reference for discussing an individual's speech development, therapy needs, and progress through the use of intelligibility values, severity ranges, and percentage of improvement scores. And evaluate the degree of consistency in an individual's production of misarticulated sounds, the impact of speech sound deficits in continuous language and everyday speech, and the need for further language assessment or intervention through insights gained from administration of supplemental qualitative assessment tasks. Now let's talk about the assessment components of the Arizona 4. The Arizona 4 comes with two separate protocols, the word articulation and sentence articulation record form, and the phonology coding form. At this time, these protocols are only available in a paper format. However, you can purchase the Arizona 4 manual and the Arizona 4 stimulus easel through either a print or a digital format. If you purchase the Arizona 4 digital assessment, you have two options for viewing it. Here is a picture of the Arizona 4 digital stimulus images through our online evaluation system platform. We understand that there might be times that you won't have access to the internet. So with the digital assessment kit, not only can you access it through our online evaluation system, if you have the internet, you can also download the digital copies right onto your desktop or your iPad. So here is a copy of the digital download of the administration guide. So this is what the examiner would see on his or her side if it was the printed easel. Now let's talk a little bit about administration, coding, and scoring. Administration of the word articulation test is 5 to 20 minutes. This varies on the examinee's age, the amount of errors, as well as the examiner's experience with the test. The administration of the sentence articulation is also about 5 to 20 minutes. The scoring for each test is about 5 to 10 minutes. And the phonology coding is about 5 to 20 minutes. And remember, there is no separate administration for the phonology portion. Recording articulation responses is very easy. If the examinee produces the target sound incorrectly, circle the associated sound value and record an IPA transcription of the error production in the error column for that item on the record form. So let's look at number 9. If the target word is comb and the target sound is the one that we're looking at is the voiceless alveolar stop, you notice that they had a misarticulation where they produced a voiceless lingua alveolar stop instead. So you would circle the sound value of 3.0 and you would write in the IPA for the voiceless lingua alveolar stop. After completion of the test, when you are ready to score, you are going to count up all of the circled errors. So you're going to count up the sound values for each column separately. So look at the initial column, that's in yellow, the final column, that's in orange, and the vowels column, that's in purple. Add all of those up, and then you are going to transfer the final number to the front cover. When you have finished counting up all of the errors, take your total column sums and transfer it to the front cover under the score summary. Make sure to match up the columns so you have your initial consonants, your final consonants, and your vowels. Add those together to get your total error value. You then subtract that number from 100, and that gives you your word articulation total score. Now use your total score to get your speech intelligibility interpretation value. So remember earlier when we were speaking about the sound values? Well, I want you to remember that the word articulation total score is not simply a count of accurate sounds. Instead, each target sound has been assigned a weighted value from 0.5 to 5.0 that reflects how frequently it occurs in American speech. Not only do you get a total score and a standard score with the Arizona 4, but you also can figure out the difference between total scores for word articulation and sentence articulation, if it's significant or not. You can also get confidence intervals, percentile ranks, test age equivalents, and also a percentage of speech improvement for retesting. Another new improvement for the Arizona 4 is the free online scoring using the WPS Online Evaluation System platform. We make this so easy for you. Instead of having to input all of the sound values or the error numbers, all you need to do is have your fingers on two letters on the keyboard, I for incorrect and C for correct. Once you have input all of the scores, the OES will generate a beautiful score report for you. To register and log in to the WPS Online Evaluation System platform for your free online scoring and to access your digital kits, please go to platform.wpspublish.com. The Arizona 4 also has 5 supplemental assessment tasks included. These are language prompts, imitation context task, supplemental sentences, picture description, and story retell. Language samples can be interpreted in a variety of ways, including review of their language and articulatory features and calculation of a mean length utterance. There is also an area on the back of the word articulation and sentence articulation record form where you can calculate MLU. For standardization and technical properties, please refer to the Arizona 4 manual. Let's take a look at how you can administer and score the Arizona 4 using the WPS Online Evaluation System platform, which we call our OES. Go to platform.wpspublish.com, register, and log in. Once you log in, it will take you to your dashboard, and it will say welcome and your first and last name. First, let's talk about where you would go to administer the Arizona 4 through this digital platform. Go up to Assessments, down to the free scoring, to the Arizona 4. Here is where you will find your manuals, as well as your easels. So there are 2 different digital easels, one that contains the digital stimulus images and one that is the administration guide. So we're going to click open both of these. First of all, for the digital stimulus images, let's just fast forward until we get to cake, this one right here. Now let's go back, and we're also going to open up the digital administration guide. So this is the side for the practitioner to be looking at. And this is the picture that you want your student to be seeing. So this is an articulation test. So remember, we are looking for the correct production of the word cake. The Arizona 4 also has optional language prompts. So you could also ask the student, where is the cake? Is it on the plate or under the plate? What happened to the missing piece of cake? When do you eat cake? Tell me about your last birthday party. Or how about, have you ever heard someone say they wanted to have their cake and eat it too? What do you think that means? So we could be asking all of those questions and along with looking for the correct production of the word cake. Now, remember, with our Arizona 4, you are still required to score using the paper protocols. So you will have a paper protocol next to you, and you will be writing down, circling the sound value for any incorrect sounds, and then writing down the error in IPA on the record form. And when you are ready to score, you will create a new client, which is in the lower left-hand corner. So let's go ahead and create the client's name, put in the gender and the date of birth. So this child is 9 years, 1 month old. And let's find the child right here, Arizona 4. And we are going to start administration. So we'll click there for the Arizona 4. We are going to add a form. And remember, the Arizona 4 has 2 different protocols, the word articulation and sentence articulation record form, and the phonology coding form. For this, I'm just going to show you how to score the word articulation. So let's click on that. You can change the administration date if needed, and the respondent will be the same as the client. So what is really cool about scoring online for the Arizona 4 is that you only need to put in C for correct and I for incorrect instead of having to input the different sound values for the errors. So we make it really easy for you. In the upper right-hand corner where it says auto scroll, that is check marked. So that's nice. It will auto scroll down for you as we are inputting the responses. So again, we're going to just have our fingers on the letters C for correct and I for incorrect as we go down the list, inputting all of the responses. And I am going to pretend like this little girl produced all of the sounds correctly except for the R's. So she has R errors. And we are not going to worry about the sentence articulation right now. So then we will click on Validate Form. Yes, we are ready to score, and score the form. And this will auto-generate a score report. Which will look like this. So this gives you your word articulation total score. So they've added up the initial consonant errors, final consonants, vowels, and they take that number and subtract it from 100 to get your word articulation total score. That score turns into a speech intelligibility and interpretation value. So here, Arizona 4 would have speech that is intelligible, although noticeable in error. And then down below, you also get standard scores, confidence intervals, percentile rank, test age equivalent, and a severity range. And I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to close out of here. Under the assessment area for the Arizona 4, I want to show you where you can also find a very helpful report writing guide that will give you additional graphs and charts. And I also want to show you, if you have logged out and you're logging back in and you want to see that report that you created for Little Arizona 4, you can go over to the client, click on the client's name, and if you scroll down, there will be listed client reports with an I. If you hover over it, you can choose if you want to open it in a PDF form or a Word format. So a lot of times if you're cutting and pasting into other reports, you might need a Word version. So you have those options. So thank you for joining me today. And I hope that you have learned about the Arizona 4. And please reach out to consult@wpspublish.com if you have more additional questions. Thank you.